All right. Apparently now Donald Trump is threatening to sue people over claiming that he has something to do with Project 2025, which is funny because threatening lawsuits is kind of his thing. Saying that he has nothing to do with it, swearing he has nothing to do with it, even though his name directly is mentioned in it almost 300 times. It's kind of like the whole Epstein file thing when people were talking about how the Epstein files don't say anything about him, but he turns up as Doe 174 and phone messages and payments he made to 10-year-old boys, 11-year-old boys, 13-year-old girls, 12-year-old girls. All of that is documented, like millions and millions of dollars being paid to these kids. And all of this stuff is documented, and coincidentally enough, the prosecutor who gave Jeffrey Epstein his sweetheart deal, which was ridiculous, left Donald Trump's name out of the prosecution in that case, even though he was implicated from page 1 to page whatever the hell. And people still deny he has anything to do with any of that. He still tries to pretend he doesn't know the guy. He just happened to live near him in West Palm Beach. The fact that MAGA doesn't even look at that information and fight so hard to defend this man is flat out pathetic. These are people who swear America first. These are people who pretend that they are patriots and they care about this country more than anything else. Yet something that damaging, that is blatant, that is indisputable, that cannot be argued because it's written in black and white in Project 2025 itself. His Agenda 47 bullshit is a basically simmered down version of it. He's on video dozens and dozens and dozens of times talking about how wonderful the Heritage Foundation is, how wonderful Project 2025 is. Most of the authors of Project 2025 worked for him, including that dating app douche that's all over, including J.D. Vance, the vice presidential candidate, actually wrote, I believe it was the foreword of Project 2025. And MAGA, what is going to be your tipping point? I mean, if eating dogs in Springfield and, you know, the big caravan at the border, that when people all those truckers show up to fight the caravan, there's no one there. The bikers going to, free the apartment buildings in Venezuela, what the bikers weren't going to do, but there was no takeover in Venezuela. Now they're saying it's in New York. Now they're saying it's... How much bullshit are you going to swallow with a smile on your face and denial? I mean, seriously, this is why people get frustrated with you, because the evidence is in your face, indisputable evidence, and you pretend it doesn't exist. I understand if there was one or two accusations. I understand, all right, maybe it's political, maybe it's not. There are legal issue after legal issue, people who's testified against him who literally were part of the scams, were part of the fraud, were part of the election interference, were part of the hush money trial, as you guys love to call it. But Michael Cohen deserved to go to jail for those exact things. But the ringleader of it, who directed the whole thing, who made Michael Cohen do what he did, and Alan Weisselberg went to jail for the same thing. But Donald Trump shouldn't go to jail for it. Where's the logic in that? Because you voted for him? I mean, seriously, this is why people are sick of it. This is why people are angry at you. And then all the threats and all there's going to be a civil war. It's going to be bloody. Oh, well, the Democratic rhetoric is why there were 2 assassination attempts on our dear Lord and Jesus Cheeto Von Shits and Pants. First off, there were 2 PR stunts. Get it through your head. 2 PR stunts. They are not any of this information has been proven that there was this big conspiracy, and it's the Democrat rhetoric that's causing anybody to be pissed off at Donald Trump. Nothing he's done to, America, women, children. None of that has pissed anybody off. It was the Democrats saying he's a threat to democracy. That's the violent rhetoric, not things are going to get bloody and, all you Second Amendment lovers, let's teach Democrats a lesson. That's not violent rhetoric. But threat to democracy is. Got news for you there, stable geniuses. He is a threat to democracy. And just because you've drank so much Kool-Aid and you're still wiping the orange off your chin doesn't mean you're right. There's evidence all over the place. Open your eyes and look at it. But don't you dare pretend you're being a patriot and you're putting America first. Don't you dare. Because you're not. You're doing the exact opposite of putting America first. You're putting Donald Trump first. That's all you're doing is putting Donald Trump first. So change your shirt, change your hats. Make Trump king again. Because that's what you're fighting for. Is a dictator. Emphasis on the dick part. Wake up, people. Seriously, wake the hell up. How much more ridiculous does it need to get before you start questioning your fearless Cheeto leader? That kind of reflects on you as a human being. And that's why people don't want to talk to you about this shit. Because they can't understand how so much evidence means nothing. But a conspiracy theory is what you get angry about. And you attack others about. You threaten others about. You do stupid stuff like, send bomb threats to schools because Cheeto Von Schitzenpants says that Haitian immigrants are eating cats and dogs in Springfield. So, of course, let's go after and, bring the pew-pews to Springfield. But the vice president goes on TV and says, yes, it's a made-up story, but he did it on purpose because he's trying to draw attention to the immigration problem. The same immigration problem that the Republicans shot down the solutions for how many times since Joe was in office? Including the biggest plan ever written by the most conservative Republican in the House. That was shot down too. But immigration is what they're going to make up stories about Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs about, to piss off the ignorant people like yourself. And you're okay with that. The scariest part is you have children and you're teaching them to be this ignorant as well. That's the scary part. So you want to be America first, start being America first. Okay? Otherwise, shut the hell up. You're not. How much evidence do you need? Look up Doe 174 and read what's there because there's evidence backing all of it. Evidence. 3-syllable word. I know it's usually out of your vernacular, but evidence is basically things that prove statements. It's supportive. It's basically stuff that you can't argue with because it's there and it's truth and it's fact and it's proven. I know, you keep following the Biden impeachment and all that, and you haven't seen evidence before because there never really is any. But real evidence is what's taking place on the other side of the aisle. Led by people like Jack Smith, with a 97% conviction rate for war crimes worldwide. Yeah, line that up against your stable genius pedophile, kitty lover, con man. My vote's on Jack, my vote's on justice, and my vote's on truth. And I am America first. And to be clear, if there's ever any actual evidence against Joe Biden or anyone else, the left, the Democrats, would insist that they're out of office. Just ask Al Franken, Anthony Weiner, or any of them. That's more proof, more evidence. You should try it sometime. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We're all in this together. So your stupid choices affect all of us. and our brilliant choices will save you.